and stayed, and they seemed to take on board the role model of their mothers, so that was sort of like stepping back in time. So they were kind of forced with that. I mean, Hmong are actually amazing traders and highly commercial. They always have been. So, you know, they would do these runs down to Bangkok through the night with these great carloads of cabbages. You know, very dangerous drivers, but yeah. So they had a lot of different little ways of communication. Yeah, they were very loyal to them.
Was in Thailand doing your research project?
Just a really short time. Yeah, just a couple of months. Yeah, but I've been there several times before. It's that sort of relationship building that sets you up.
Have you spent time in what you would consider a slum as well?
I've spent some time, but not. I haven't stayed, you know, for weeks or anything like that. So.
Did you find that many people were moving into the cities to promote the construction of the civil society and the social structure? Like for the things like access, possibly, even if it's smaller, to better education, healthcare, because the facilities are more readily available. They're not more readily available, but there are more of them.
I mean, that's the hope. There's a hope, but for these people, they would move into Chiang Kong, or they wouldn't actually move. They would send their children to the schools for secondary education. So that was absolutely top on the agenda. So the women working in the textiles, were sending their kids off, and so they're about 11, 12, 13-year-olds going off to these hostels for education. So that was really critical. So as far as moving into the city, I mean, Hmong weren't particularly well represented amongst the sex industry. Thank goodness. I think it's partly their independence, and they're quite an arrogant people actually. But whereas the Korean and other tribal people are quite highly represented, that's the prostitutes. So I'm not sure. I don't know about that so much for Hmong, but I know a lot of the poorer Thai from like the northeast. They go there in the hope of better services, health and education, but mostly their thought is employment. They just get cash.
You mentioned that in a village of, I don't remember if you just had 150 or 300 homes, they had 15 different organizations or projects. What is the downfall of that, or is there any benefit to having all these projects going on?
Well, the downside was they used to ignore most of them actually. Yeah, they just kind of were adjunct organisations to their village life. But some of them were very good, and one was it was a Thai government bribery scheme for voting for Thaksin's party.
Sure.
Yeah, where he gave $1 million baht per village, which must have been a huge hole out of the treasury. How many villages in Thailand, for goodness sake, like stars in the sky, and $1 million baht, but he stipulated that the women of each village had to, form a committee and govern that money. And so after, I think it was 5 or 6 years, there was still $1 million baht in their little coffers. And how they used it. So it was up to the woman, to decide how they would use this money. So they had it on a revolving credit type thing, like micro enterprise, micro loans. And so it worked for them. So that was the best one of a lot.
But a lot of it got ignored because there were so many different things they were trying to get off the ground.
Yeah, they could see through them as part of the assimilation. Main ways of life. Yeah.
So Was there any other reason apart from patriotic training that soldiers were the teachers? Or was it so close to the border that the soldiers were needed for various other tasks as well?
Well, I mean, they were all armed.
Yeah.
They would shoot. They had a bust up a few years before I visited, where they, there was a drug raid and, there were drug lords and stuff, and, it's a wee bit, like backcountry cowboy stuff would go on.
So there is the possibility of further disruption from that kind of thing in the future?
I think they have canvassed the area so thoroughly with development projects. I mean, is this an idea for Afghanistan or what? But, honestly, I think they were just so awash with development projects, they achieved the ends. The Thai government had been able to liaise so well with the United Nations in America and Europe. They used the opium situation to basically secure their borders and put down any insurgency or communism or anything at all, any disruption at all. So they were hugely successful from their point of view.
What are the main symptoms of the Mons poverty today that you see need to be alleviated, or how does the simple poverty manifest itself?
Well, they're still, very much bottom of the heap. And so as far as understanding their place in the world and how to move forward, they're still very limited in their strategies. And they're, they're still very vulnerable to that disjuncture of, progress and change. Yeah, so they're in this time warp, and can the tenacity of their culture, stretch far enough to, to get, I wouldn't describe them in a U actually, I describe them in a backward J. So I think they're just pulling out of, a J. But maybe it's a little J, it's not a huge deep J, compared with some other guys. So it's all a question of opinion really, or scale. But it's a matter of, can they hold that all together, hold that respect for their elders, and stop their personal politics from, separating them off from the view of a bigger picture, which is to keep their villages intact so that young people keep coming back, and then move into that, economic prioritising and, investment in a way that does, build their social capital. So they don't really want to go through like the history of Maori, for instance, because I would say, the history of Maori is like a V, whereas for Mon, it's been more of a J.
With this concept, and definitely with a strong cultural identity, how do you cross-cultural impact in terms of, how do you empower, I guess, a community to then kind of get on the upper side of the scale? What's the interaction look like? I mean, is it a sensitive area where you are trying to be more empowering in terms of helping them find the resources, the creativity inside their community to then take the next steps out? Yeah,
I mean, those are some key things you said actually. I think, participation, them actually, an outsider is never ever going to fully understand the identity and the social mores and the traditions and, the values and what have you that they have. And so, if they can build off, what they have off their base and start to think of their own, dreams and ideas for development where they want to head in, then, form their own strategies it's, you know, it's their participation in their